Here's what managing $6 million a year in Facebook ads budget has taught me about B2B lead generation. The first and most important thing is that it is possible for your business, regardless if you've tried it in the past, regardless of what you read online, it is possible to make Facebook ads profitable for your business. The problem with most marketing companies is they aren't incentivized properly. Most marketing companies work on a retainer, or it's an outsourced agency of some sort. Maybe you're buying leads from a third party. The most important thing you can do as a business, you don't outsource your fulfillment in most cases, unless you're like a broker. You definitely don't outsource your sales. So why are you outsourcing your marketing? The next step in growth of going from 50 to 100 to 200 employees is learning how to take marketing in-house. But I watch companies go about it the wrong way every single day. What they try to do is they'll hire an entry-level marketing person, or somebody that says they have a little bit of experience, and be hopeful that this person will be able to launch Facebook ads and launch Google ads and post on social media and write content for the website. But what's most important for business owners to understand, the only purpose of marketing is really lead generation if you want to grow. If it's not directly bringing your business more leads, if you're a heavy sales focused organization, then it's really not worth too much time or attention. And especially with AI, there's a bunch of tools you can use, which I'll explain in other videos, that you can help automate that so you can just focus on leads. Now, the reason why it's really hard to find quality lead generators internally that can do this for you is because it takes a bunch of different skill sets to be able to drive leads. You need to know how to build landing pages. You need to know the ad platforms. You need to know how to write good copy. You need to understand the business and the product really, really well. And I see so many business owners get stuck because they either outsource marketing or they try to do it internally, but the outsource guys don't fully understand the business enough, but they have the skills. And then you have the internal people who know the product and the business really well, but don't have the skill set that the outsourced people do. So that leaves a lot of companies in a very interesting position when they're trying to grow and bring marketing in-house so they can scale up their own lead generation and stop relying so much on things like referrals or partners or affiliates. There's a lot of different places online where you can go to try to drive leads. What I've found to be the best is Meta and Google. Anything else right now is really a waste of time if you're in B2B services or even B2C services. Facebook and Google are the only two you should be focused on. But it's important to understand when you're trying to launch these, that doesn't mean do Facebook and Google at the same time. You need one acquisition channel that you can really focus on and scale up. It's a very simple formula. A lot of people like to throw out a lot of fancy numbers and metrics, but ultimately what Facebook or any sort of digital advertising is about money in versus money out. If you put $1 in, you should get $3 out. If you put $100,000 in, you should get $300,000 out. It should be profitable and make sense for you to scale. Once you learn how to do this internally so you don't have to rely on third parties anymore, your business is finally set up to scale. If you're paying any marketers retainers or if you're stuck in any contracts, the reason why it doesn't work out is because you're not incentivizing the marketers the right way. They need to be tied to revenue just like sales is. With retainers, they're basically a glorified, remote employee, and they don't take the time to actually work on your account the way it needs to be structured, and they don't put enough energy into the creatives. They don't take the time to fully understand your business because they're just collecting a check every month. But if they can directly see, hey, if I spend more time here and allocate more of my attention and use more of my skills on this account, and we can effectively continue to scale up the campaigns, that can put more money in my pocket, then your marketing's going to change overnight. So just remember that Facebook ads, Google ads, it is possible for you, but just focus on one at a time. I ran an agency retainer-based business that we were doing about 7 figures a year, but ultimately the model didn't work out, which is why we switched to a performance-based model. My model is not to go try to sign 100 different clients. It's to find a handful of great partners that we can grow with for the long term, but making Facebook or Google ads work for you is something that's absolutely possible for your business. You just need to find the right partner and learn how to do it internally. If you'd like to work with me, I have a link to my free Skool community. That's where you can get in touch with me. You can ask me whatever questions you want. I'll respond back to you. And if it makes sense for us to work together, then we can get on a call.